So this is Deirdre Lobo, and I am here to talk about the tips for this week. So this week I am going to be talking about stage fright and forgetting lyrics and how to overcome this. And this is a common problem for our singers, young singers, seasoned singers sometimes. And it is not something that cannot be managed and you cannot overcome. You can overcome this with the right amount of preparation, the right mindset, and certain performance techniques. And so today I am going to talk about these different things and how you can actually overcome your stage fright. So number one is how do you prepare yourself mentally? Is number one, you've got to tell yourself that you are excited to perform, you're excited to tell your story through your music. Then you focus on your story and not on yourself. You're focusing on the music, you're focusing on the words, the focusing on the songs that you are performing and the lyrics, more importantly, and how you are conveying those lyrics to your audience and engaging the audience. Another thing you would think about is how to visualize your success on that stage for the performance. See yourself performing confidently and connecting with your audience and enjoying the performance. And the fourth part of mental techniques is really grounding yourself physically. I talk about this in posture. So before you step onto the stage, make sure that you feel really secure walking onto the stage. You're wearing the right shoes. And then when you stand in your position, make sure that you keep your feet slightly apart, take deep breaths and really root yourself into the floor. Make sure that your arms are nice and loose and you are completely relaxed before you start a performance. Another thing I would talk about is physical and breathing techniques. So basically, when you take deep diaphragmatic breathing from the core, take a big breath, count 4 counts, and exhale it for 6 to 8 counts. Sometimes you can make it even 10 counts, depending on your breath control. Then I would say work on muscle relaxation. Really gently tense some of these muscles and then release them, like your jaw, your shoulders, like you would go like this and then release slowly. Or you can roll your shoulders back and roll your shoulders forward, releasing the tension in your shoulders. Then really kind of thinking about these things when you are, before you get on stage. Also, I normally, my warm-up routine is basically warming up the middle voice. Mostly, I don't touch the high and some part of the low voice, but the middle register and the lower register are the most important that I warm up. And I work on a little bit of the high notes, but I just make sure that they're there. I'm able to sing my pianissimos in the higher register or even in the middle register. And just make sure that I'm all good over there, and then I'm all good to go on the stage. Now, how to prevent forgetting lyrics and memory slips, how to get rid of this problem. So this problem mostly occurs when you are not prepared, when you haven't memorized the piece and you're cramming and doing things at the last minute. So that really is one of the main causes for forgetting lyrics, okay? So, and how to memorize is dividing the song into sections. So you can start maybe with the end part or the beginning part or the middle or the bridge of the song. Memorize little by little and then put the whole thing together. And I mean just literally sitting and reading the words. Then you understand the story, you understand the lyrics. If it's in a foreign language, understand what each word means, you know, and then think about certain word triggers in the sentences, certain words that help you remember those sentences. Sing without the sound, and then after that, sing with the sound. So what does that mean? I normally sit with my lyrics and I repeat them over and over. Then I listen to the piece on Spotify, and I'll try and memorize them listening to the piece on Spotify. So that is what I do. And then in rehearsal, when you're rehearsing, always rehearse in fragments. Now, I rehearse in fragments mainly because if there are certain sections which are difficult, I work those sections first. I don't go through the song over and over again and make the same mistakes. So you go through the difficult part, go through them, fix those problems over there, and then once you fix the problem, then start going through the beginning of the song. So that is one. And then how to certain tricks on how to, if you forget the lyrics on stage, how do you maintain composure? How do you recover mentally from that, you know? So one of the things I would say is, even if you forget the lyrics, always stay in character. Don't get out of character. Don't let your audience know you have made a mistake or you've forgotten. All right. Use the music or the accompaniment as a guide to guide you back in to where you are supposed to start again. Make sure you breathe and take a deep breath and keep eye contact, even though you've forgotten, because the audience is not going to know unless they know the piece. And 90% of the time, a lot of the audience doesn't know what you are singing sometimes. Okay, sometimes they do. And then, you know, it doesn't matter. But as long as you keep character and you stay in character and you don't let the audience know that you have made a mistake, you should be really good to go. Always trust your memory. Always think one line ahead. I always do that. Think one line ahead. So in case you forget and it's in a foreign language, make up the words. That's what I do sometimes if I have forgotten a line. So number 4 is how to have long-term pointers in building confidence. So number 1 is to perform frequently. Number 2 is to record all your rehearsals. Number 3 is to maintain mindfulness, do yoga, do meditation. Stay positive about your performance and reflect on your performance that is coming up. So that is what I do, and I am happy to share that with you all today. Hope that helps.